a super quick go live because I'm so excited. I've just got off the phone to one of my amazing friends, Alex, who has just been accepted into her choice of life aligned, choosing what she wants to do, actually living into her purpose. And it's thrilled me, and I'm a little bit fizzy with excitement. I've been asked by a couple of my clients to come back and expand on one of the bits we picked up yesterday in our daily neuro hack of this idea of how to come from heart, how to make yourself feel okay when the world around you is going insane, because we all know we're in challenging times. We have a choice of how we feel. We have a choice of the meaning we apply to what's going on around us. There is always a situation where somewhere there's a war and on the other side of the world someone's drinking a cocktail. That's how this works. We have to choose what we feel every day. We will be knocked, we will feel into feelings that are threatening, but we cannot let our saber-toothed tiger neurology run the show. Why? Because it knocks you out of state, it puts you in a place of threat, and then it affects the rest of your life. This thing about mind and body alignment is about understanding that there is a huge power in the way that we can use our neurology, the way we can tame our brain, and the way we can get our life to be the way we want it to be. And in terms of what that looks like, what does that look like? We've got to understand something called the TRIAD. So those of you that are Tony Robbins fans will know this piece. Those of you that have seen Brené Brown's work will know this piece. The TRIAD is about this linking together of body and mind together, because it's not one or the other. Your physiology is a direct representation of exactly what's in this 6 inches between your ears right here. Your physiology is playing out what's happening in your head. And let me give you an example to make this make a lot of sense. If I told you there was a depressed person behind curtain number 2, would their posture be upright and open or down and slumped? Would their eye contact be direct and forward or lowered? Would their breathing rate be excited and vital, or would it be quiet and slower? We know this stuff because we're human animals. We are chimps of a very evolved level, but still chimps. Little chimpy brain still runs us, right? So we know about what our body does when our mind goes to a certain place. We just don't use it that often. We let our focus go. We let our minds go to places where we know what's coming. And thoughts are like buses, as I always say. There's a bloody great number on the front. You know, in London, we got these big red buses and the number tells you where it's going to go. You choose if you get on board that or not. You choose if you want that destination. But here's the thing. What happens when your business and your life has chosen a destination that you're no longer in alignment with? Then something goes wrong, right? We start the glorious game of self-sabotage. I did a podcast earlier today, an interview with this lovely lady who was asking me, you know, what is it that people get wrong in business? And I answered alignment. It always comes back to alignment. When you're not aligned with what you're doing, something sneaky happens in your subconscious brain. And guys, those of us living in the world now, seeing these wars, seeing what's going on, it's pushing us out of alignment because we're feeling feelings that don't make us do the actions that we want to do all day. We're feeling spiky is the best way to put it. So the phrase that I want you to think about is your body won't go where your mind doesn't push it. Your body won't take you to places where your mind doesn't want you to go. Your mind tries to keep you safe. So the neuro hack for today is a really cool one. This is a really exciting one because it's all about this idea of stop and start. It's all about this idea that you've got brakes and accelerators. So we can either decide to stop behaviours, we can choose to stop doing something, and we usually do that really sneakily and we call that procrastination. Or we start doing things. Now those things can either take us closer to our goal or further away from. We deliberately go, I'm so busy, I think I need to do all this work, but the ironing looks really good right now. And then off we go, very busily ironing away. Or the kitchen cupboard fronts need a really good clean out. And then you're polishing this cupboard front. And you're doing that because it's better than the pain you imagine is going to happen when you do that thing you're putting off. So when we think about it, rather than brakes and accelerators as like towards and away from behaviours, suddenly it becomes really clear. When you are out of alignment, you start doing away from behaviours. You deliberately choose those behaviours that are going to take you out of pain, because that's all it is. We're pain avoidance creatures, unless you're a masochist. But we're pain avoidance because we deliberately won't ever put ourselves in a position of pain. It's incredibly difficult for the human brain to do that. So what do? Here's the neuro hack. When you understand the triad, and that's the link between your physiology, your body, your mental focus, and your languages and your beliefs. So when you start noticing how your body's responding to what you're feeling, when you start deliberately turning your focus, choosing the bus you want to get on, and then when you start deliberately using language that serves a belief system that is a better one, that moves you towards your goals, not away from them, then the magic starts to happen. Then it starts to get more exciting. Now, the problem comes if your belief system is out of alignment with what you're doing all day. Now, I talk a lot on this subject. This is one of my most passionate, table thumpy, get excited things to talk about. The biggest thing that people get stuck on is money. The biggest thing in business that people get to that point where they block and self-sabotage is their belief systems and their layers around money. I'm actually running a whole course on this. It's a 4-week experience with me. You can come on this journey with me. It starts with a free, completely free masterclass to talk about this money myth, this idea that somehow some people deserve money and other people don't. That's next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Put it in your book if you want to come along. It's completely free. It's my gift to my little community in this corner of the interweb. And the reason I get so passionate about this is because we block on things that challenge us. And it's really difficult to get out of your own way sometimes. So just for those of you that are struggling at the moment, those of you that are feeling blocked, start by writing down what are the positives if I do this action versus what are the negatives if I do this action. That's one corner of your subconscious brain. The other subconscious area is what are the positives that I'm getting? What are the sneaky secondary gains if I don't do this action? And then the final one is what are the negatives if I don't do this action? Those are your 4 quadrants that you need to dig into. There will be surprises in that. Write down 3 things for each and see what comes out. It's an amazing way of working out where you're out of alignment. And it's a really cool tip. I'll go over this in more depth in the masterclass because I've just done it at the speed of light right now. And I usually take an hour to explain just this one piece. But that's your neuro hack du jour. I hope you're bearing up. Look after yourself. The reason you have to look after yourself is if you don't, you won't be able to help others. It's that fit your oxygen mask first before, if the plane's going down, you want to help other people, look after you. It starts here. So I'm here to help you do that in these crazy times. I'm going to be doing more neuro hacks as we go, but do come along to this free masterclass, even if you're not an entrepreneur. And I do always say you might not be an entrepreneur yet. Watch out, world. Because you're either an entrepreneur or you're working for one, is the way this goes. So for those of you interested in that, that's next Wednesday at 6. But I hope that's helpful tonight. Drop me a comment in if you're watching this on Team Replay as well, so I can connect with you too. Lovely to connect with you all. I'll also put in my Facebook community link again to the Sisterhood. Come on over to there if you want more of this stuff, because I do this all the time. Big love to you guys. I'll see you soon.